Good evening, believers. How are you doing today? This is Love Coach Dasha coming to you today for the Healing Hour Live. Now, if you've never been with me before, let me tell you a little bit about what I do here. I am a love coach specifically for women who want to heal and reconcile after infidelity. You've been cheated on. You have gone through the worst betrayal that you can imagine. However, somehow you still love this person, you still care about them, you still want to make this relationship work for whatever reason you have. I am here to show you how. All right, I am here to show you exactly what you can do starting right now to start to heal this wound and actually get to a place where you can feel loving and open and trusting again. It takes a little bit of work. We must work on that. However, it is doable. I have done it. I am 17 years past the infidelity with my husband, and I'm here to tell you, I know it can be done. All right. So, well, hair's sticking out. All right. So, I always start with you first before I even start with the basics today. Uh, Dude, we're a day off of the full moon. Okay, it is happening tomorrow, sisters. Just please be wary. Understand that the full moon is going to be pulling and tugging on you, making you feel like you should start a fight. Don't start a fight. Okay, whatever it is that you want to talk about, just wait. Just wait like 4 days and see if it's still as important as you thought it was, because it probably won't be. And take care of yourself these days. This is an excuse for some self-care. The moon made you do it. The full moon tends to affect human beings. I used to work in a hospital, so I know that to be true. It happened every single full moon. And every time I have clients around the full moon, they're talking to me. They're telling me that they're having a hard time. It is natural. It happens all the time. But if you are doing your self care during that period, if you are making sure that you are taking care of yourself first, resting when you need to, eating when you need to, like the past like 3 days, that's all I wanted to do is sleep and eat. And you know what? I let myself do it. I stopped even, I got that little voice in my head that was like, no, you can't eat that much. You shouldn't be eating that often. Yeah, I put that little voice in the trunk. I did. I was like, you know what? I am not even going to listen to that. That is holding me back. What I want is to eat some food. What I want is to sit and snack. What I want is to drink a whole bunch of water and sit up and snack on crunchy, salty things. And that's what I did. All right. And I feel better than I did last full moon because I didn't try and fight it. I just took care of myself the way that my body was craving for me to take care of it. So, whatever is going on right now, whatever your body is screaming for, do it. If you want to sleep, sleep. Okay. If you are starving, go ahead and eat something. If you want to have sex, go ahead and do it. Whatever your body's craving, feed it that, but just don't start feeding it an argument. Okay. That's all we need to avoid. That's the only thing we need to avoid right now is starting a fight that we don't really mean, because you get real emotional during this period of time and then you kind of jump off the deep end with the argument, even though you don't mean to jump off the deep end. It feels like it's that important that you should jump off the deep end. And so then you end up in a position that you didn't want to be in the first place. Okay. So whatever it is right now, we're going to pretend like it is just the moon screwing with you. And then 4 days from now, come back. If it is important, write down your journal. If it is important in 4 days from now, then you can deal with it. All right, fair enough? Can we all agree to do that? Can we all agree that we are not going to stress ourselves all out about things that our brain is messing with us about on the full moon? I hope so. All right. Jennifer, hey, what's good? Jennifer said, what if he lied and kept silent for 3 months and STD? We will definitely talk about that. We will talk about all of that, Jennifer, but we must start with you. We must start with what you need to do. We are healing, and that healing is going to have to come from inside. So, like all of that, all of the questions, all of the why did he do this, All of that stuff is actually secondary as you are trying to heal this, okay? As you are trying to heal this, you need to go about this as this was a trauma that happened to you. So you got to start doing some of the work on healing the inner trauma before you can even deal with his part of it. It makes it so it's easier for you to handle it. All right. So we're going to start with the basics. These are the practices. You are in my Love After Cheating group. Go to the top of the group. Up there pinned, it says in the picture, it says 5 core habits and to start healing after infidelity. That is what I call the practices. These things that we're about to talk about right now and at the end of this live, these are the practices that I want you to integrate into your life right now. Start right now, okay? When you do these things, this helps to ease some of the effect of the trauma on your brain and on your body, because this is a physical thing. When you're affected by trauma, it is physically happening to you. So we've got to start battling on a physical and emotional and mental level, okay? So get yourself the copy. Go ahead and click that. If you are saying on Instagram, go to my link in my bio, and it is the first thing up there. The practices, 5 core habits to start healing after infidelity. Okay. So the first of the practices is to do your deep breathing. Have you been doing your deep breathing? Jennifer, have you been doing your deep breathing? Girl, that is the very first thing. If you're trying to deal with this, if you're dealing with lies, if you're dealing with betrayal, if you're dealing with STDs, you really need to start doing your deep breathing, because you've got to calm this body down a little bit to be able to deal with this the most effective way you can. All right. So we do our deep breathing. And what that is doing is simulating the breathing of everything is fine. All right. When we are freaked out, when we are having a trigger, our breathing comes fast and shallow. We don't fully inhale. We don't fully exhale. So the first thing I want you to do is blow out. A lot of the time, if you just blow out, if you've been feeling tense and tight and you feel like you're ready to start an argument and there's that tension in your chest and your ribs are hurting and it feels like there's something crawling up your throat, stop for a minute and blow out. Make the noise. We are going to use that noise as a trigger to our brains that, hey, this is time to calm down. I am in control. I am not in any danger right now. Everything is all right. Okay. You're blowing out excess carbon dioxide. That helps your body feel like everything is okay. Because if you have extra carbon dioxide built up, your body feels like you're suffocating. So there must be something wrong if you are having that extra carbon dioxide. So blow out first. Even if you can't remember how to do the deep breathing, just blow, okay? And then take a full deep breath in and then hold it for a couple of seconds and then blow it all back out. Even if you don't remember the numbers, how to do the pattern, it doesn't matter. You will be able to slow yourself down, tell your brain that you feel like, I know you think I'm in danger, but I'm not actually in danger, and it will calm down your body so then you can calm down your racing thoughts too. All right. We're going to blow out. We're going to inhale for a count of 4. Hold that breath for a count of 7 so that we can actually use the oxygen that we were breathing in. All right. And then we're going to blow out for a count of 8. Like you're blowing out an entire cake full of birthday candles. You want to blow. Okay. And we'll do that 3 times for the sake of time for the live, but I want you to be doing it 5 times in a row. So I want you to do it 5 times during the day and 5 times at a time every time you do this, so you can start to get control over this physical reaction that is happening to you. Starting to calm yourself, bring your blood pressure down, bring your pulse down, bring your cortisol, stress hormone levels down, and tell your body that you are actually safe now, okay? All right, so we're going to do this together 3 times. Join me. Come on here. First things first, we're going to blow out. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. How does it feel when you're doing your deep breathing? It should feel different in your body. Your body is physically reacting to this stress, this trauma. So it will physically react to you doing the deep breathing too. Your body is not broken. The way that you feel right now is absolutely correct for the situation. Your body is taking over, puts you in fight or flight it feels like you need it, and it is trying to protect you. It is not broken. You are fully functioning, but we've just got to let our bodies know that actually, no, we're not in need of like running from a saber-toothed tiger right now. That is not what we actually need. We're working on a relationship right now. We're not in survival. And if we can teach our bodies that, if we can teach our brains that, we can mitigate the effects of the trauma on ourselves, and then you can actually start to heal. Okay. Second thing that I always do with you, I want you to start journaling. Have you been doing your journaling? I need you to sit down and take a few minutes of self care. Again, this is another thing that's self care, taking care of your wounded self. Sit down for about 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, and do your journaling. This is mine right here. I do it too. Okay. There is an entry in this journal right now for like the last 3 days. I have been steady on it. All right. You need to be writing in your journal. It gets the thoughts out of your head and down on the paper. So they're not spinning around in there, knocking into other things. You have put them down, and your brain knows this is a book. This is a special thing. This has pages in it. You are writing with pen. It is permanent. It's going to be in here. Okay. So your brain will let you stop thinking about the thing over and over again if you write it down in your journal. All right. First thing in the morning, right before you go to bed, at least 5 minutes at a time. Don't go overboard because you'll get tired of writing if you let your hand cramp up every time you write a journal entry. You won't want to do it. It will be an aversion to doing it, okay? So just 5 minutes to start with. You can add in other times during the day if you need to write in your journal. Feel free, okay? I got a little teeny pocket journal. I don't know where it is at the moment. Oh, here's one. A little teeny pocket journal you can stick in your purse. You can use it when you need it. Oh, there's that. Little pocket journal, little suede joint. You can write during the day if you want to, but first thing in the morning and right before you go to bed, 5 minutes, okay? When you're writing in your journal, I want you to do your date, your time, your level of anxiety. Your date and time are going to be able to show you the thread of patterns in this book. If you are writing down the times that you feel compelled to write in it, if you are writing down consistently something happens in the morning, you will know it's coming in the morning. If something consistently happens in the evening, you will know it's happening in the evening. You will be able to anticipate it. You'll be able to do something about it. Your level of anxiety, this is a tool to help your anxiety. When you sit down and write out your feelings, the things that are bubbling up to the surface, writing those down helps with the anxiety about them. So you are actually working on that while you're journaling. So we've got to have a scale to know how much that's helping. You can go from 0 to 10. 0 is no anxiety whatsoever. Everything is great. All is right with the world. Write that down. You need to know that. You need to remember that about that day, that you can flip through the corner of your journal. You can see a little star. And the little star said, oh, this was a great day, because trauma will tell you that you never have great days, that all your days are shitty. You have just had nothing but bad luck with this man since he has entered your life. That is not true. We've got to start disproving some of the things that the trauma is saying to us in our brains, okay? A 10. A 10 is a complete loss of control. A 10 is I'm going to rip my hair out, tear my clothes off, run screaming down the street naked. I have lost myself. I do not have control over me right now. I am throwing things. I am screaming. The full moon will bring that on too. But a level 10, you're not going to be sitting at your journal. All right. You are probably going to be arguing, screaming, talking to the police outside if you're at a 10. If you're at a 10 and you recognize you're at a 10, reel yourself back to a 9. Go sit down with your journal and try and sort some of it out. All right. But that's as big as the feelings can get. A 10. It is not a 20. It is not a million. It is a 0 to 10 scale that is as big as the monster can get. It cannot eat you. Okay. All right. So do that consistently. If you do this consistently, you get some of the thoughts out of your brain. If you do it before you go to bed, it will help you to sleep because you got the thoughts out of your head and down on the paper. And so you can assign your brain the task. Okay, look, I gotta sleep. Y'all work on this while I'm asleep. Your brain will do that. You might wake up with the exact answer you need first thing in the morning because you let it go for the night, wrote it down in your journal. First thing in the morning, figuring out what your day is going to be like, how things are going to flow. If there might be things that are triggering to you during the day, you can anticipate them, make a plan for them, and then later on that evening, write about how well you did. All right. So many different ways to use a journal. Just start. Give yourself that self-care time just a little bit. Okay. Third thing that I'm always telling you, the third of the practices is I need you to get an attitude of gratitude. Okay. I need you to really worry about how grateful you are being for this life, for everything in it. Try and find something to be grateful for in everything that is even around you, everything that you encounter. What can you be grateful for about this thing? All right. Every single day. And I'm telling you to do that because it is a specific function in your brain when you are traumatized to make you think that everything is terrible. It will consistently tell you that. It will always tell you danger, danger lurks around every corner. If you are intentional about looking for things to be grateful for, you are turning off that signal from the trauma and expecting good things instead of bad things. If you expect things, you tend to get them. If you anticipate the bad usually happens, right? When you start anticipating the good usually happens. So start with being grateful for every little thing around you. I am grateful I found this dress tonight. I totally forgot this bad boy. It was in my closet in the back. And everything is color coded. So I don't know how I got to the back, but it just was. And I was like, oh, I haven't worn this in so long. I was happy to pull it out. Okay. I'm grateful for just the color and the dress itself. All right. Little things, every little thing. I am grateful for my little journal. I am grateful for the fidget pin that my husband got me. I can pull it all apart. It's magnetic. I am grateful for almost everything everything in this room, everything in this office with me, I'm grateful for, and I can find that and I can pick up on it. And anytime that I need a more positive thought to fight the trauma, to fight the anger, to fight the pain, I can pick up on it very easily. Okay. So if you get into a habit of doing that, it's going to be much easier for you. It's going to heal your brain faster from this trauma. So this is Thirsty Thursday. If you've got something wonderful that you are grateful for, put it in the comments and I will shout you out because we need to share the good things. It's very easy to share the bad things because trauma wants us to share the bad things. Trauma wants us to warn other people about the bad things. But if we are consistently sharing the good thing, we change how our brains are working. We start to look for the good things. Okay, so put it in the comments if you've got something that you're grateful for today. All right. Last thing that I always tell you before we get out to anything else is I need you, with all my heart, I need you to stop asking all those questions. I know. I know. It seems impossible, right? I am here to tell you that it's a trauma reaction. And the more you do it, the more your brain gets stuck doing it. Have you ever run out of questions? Has that ever happened? When you keep asking the questions, don't you keep getting more questions? There is no end to it. There is no end. There is no point where your brain will be like, oh, okay, I have enough information about this situation. I don't need to ask any more questions. That doesn't happen. You have to choose it. You have to make up your mind that you're going to stop asking all these questions. You're not going to keep on digging deeper and deeper and deeper for more and more things to hurt yourself, more and more things to heal from. You have to make that choice. So I'm asking you today to make that choice. I'm asking you to decide right now. I am not going to ask him any more questions about this affair. I am not going to ask any more questions about the circumstances surrounding it. I'm not going to ask any more questions about her. I'm not going to ask any more questions about his thoughts or his feelings. I'm not going to ask. It will heal you almost faster than anything else. The more you do this, your brain on trauma says that this is a threat. You've got to figure out everything you can about the threat. You better find out. If you don't find out everything about this threat, you're going to get hurt again. So if you keep doing that, you keep reinforcing that in your brain, it is a deadly loop. It will never stop. So you have to make the choice. You have to decide today. I am not going to keep on asking all these questions because they just do not get me anywhere. They do not get me to where I want to go. Now, I acknowledge that it is a trauma response and it is like an itch in your brain. Your brain is like, I have to know answers. And it will try and trick you. It will try and say, well, if I don't ask questions, how can we be connected? All right, call us bluff. Call your brain's bluff and use this. Okay, this is the and THEAEAND. This is from the good people at the Skin Deep. You can find this on Amazon. It's about $30. It's worth it. Okay. When I got them, they were $2 for $50. And I got this one and I got the long-term couples edition. But this one is the healing edition. This one is connecting questions, things that you want to know, things that are not painful for you to know, that will enhance your connection and help you to get closer to one another. All right. So give you a couple of these so you can ask these instead. Okay. First thing is, when others look at my life, what do you think is the lesson they can learn from it? That's deep right there. Don't you want to know how he sees you? What lesson that he thinks that other people could learn from you? Wouldn't that be wonderful to know? Wouldn't that be better to know than what hotel they went to? Yes, it would. Okay. When others look at my life, what do you think is the lesson they can learn from it? I love that one. That's an excellent question. All right. The next one says, what actions would earn your trust even more? Ooh, we keep talking about earning your trust, but what about earning back his trust too? We're in a situation where he's not trusting you because he's like, oh, she's so mad at me. I think she's going to eat me. And that's not really a trusting situation either. So let's build trust on both sides, not work on just one person building trust. Let's see what both of us can be doing to build trust. We're working on that together. We can trust each other even more. It'll be happen even faster. All right. What actions could earn your trust even more? All right. And the last one. What do you cherish most about our connection? Isn't that a lovely question? What do you cherish most about our connection? Isn't that a better question than did she kiss you? And did you kiss her? Did you tell her that you loved her? Isn't that better than that? That's a better question. It is fostering a connection between the two of you instead of putting up a wall. It is a way better question than the ones you want to ask. So if you are stuck and your brain is like, no, I have to ask the questions, try these instead. Okay? All righty. So that's the basic. Jennifer, we're going to get into it. I will answer your question. Well, what about it? What if he lied? They all lied, okay? And he kept silence for 3 months. They all keep silent. Mine confessed the first time, but he didn't confess any other times. I caught him on the other times, okay? And then an STD, I am really, really sorry about that. I know that is devastating. I hope it is something that you can get rid of. Although I was just talking to people today because I remembered this from when I was, oh goodness, it's got to be 25 years ago now. My OBGYN diagnosed me with trick. And she was like, well, partners would have to get treated. And I was like, I'm not having sex with anybody. And she was like, nobody at all. I was like, no, not at all. And she was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, that happens. She was like, that can happen from not cleaning your towels well. She was like, it's a protozoa, it's a creature. And so they have been treating it more as an STI to make sure that other people are getting treated for it instead of just spreading it around and not knowing that you have it. But she was like, I think it's she actually told me she thought it was the insurance company was trying to get more money for the diagnosis of it. So if it is trick, I want you to understand that you actually can get it without sleeping with somebody. You can get trick is a creature. It's like it's a little protozoa. It's a thing, and it can move around on its own. Okay, okay. If it's not that, I understand, but I want people to know that because I remember when I hadn't had sex with anybody and I had it, and she was like, "Oh, well, yeah, that happens." So I want you all to know that it's not necessarily always just sexually transmitted. Sometimes it's not. Okay. All right. So dealing with the STD, you got to get yourself dealt with first. You got to care for yourself, do the course of treatment that you need to take, and get yourself together first. You are the most important thing in this equation. You are staying, so you want to work things out. So you want to be the healthiest possible version of yourself that you can be in order to heal the rest of this wound. So we've got to heal from that first. So give yourself that time. And try not to give yourself a hard time about contracting an STI because lots of people do. Okay, herpes is rampant out here right now. But that's not something that was your fault. This is something that happened to you. You didn't do something to make yourself. People will feel like they're dirty. People will feel like they've done something wrong, and you haven't. That is not your fault. That is his fault. He should have been more careful. He should have been thinking. But like Robin Williams said, God gave men a brain and a penis and only enough blood to operate one at a time. So, okay, he didn't do what he was supposed to do, but you need to do what you need to do right now. You need to take care of yourself. You need to make sure that you're the healthiest possible version of yourself in order to be able to heal from this, okay? The lying and the keeping silent, everybody does that when they know they're wrong. Everybody does that. Don't you do that? I do that. If I know I'm wrong, I'm real quiet. Hey, I'm real loud when I know what I'm talking about. When I know I'm right, I'm super loud. But when I know I'm wrong, I get real quiet real fast. And that is the normal way that people behave. That does not mean anything beyond that's just the way that normal people behave when they have done something that they're ashamed of, they know was a bad idea, they know will hurt other people. They get real quiet about it. People are, some people are loud and wrong, but not everybody chooses that path. Most people want to shut up and keep it to themselves until they just can't anymore, and it comes to the surface in an STD panel. It will come up to the surface, and then they feel like they have to confess at that point. And some people don't even confess at that point. That is a typical human reaction. You're like, nope, deny, deny, deny. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. I don't know what you're talking about. It is part of human nature. We learn to lie when we're about 2 years old. It is part of the way that our brains develop properly. If we don't learn to lie, there's something wrong with us. So it is a natural response to, I am ashamed of myself. I cannot believe I did this stupid thing. Why did I even do this? Because a lot of times they don't even know why they did it. They don't know that it was based in their pain. They are just trying to stuff down their pain, and then they act out, and then they're like, oh, where did that come from? It came from you stuffing down your pain. So whatever is happening with him, I would say that this was some type of pain that he was dealing with, and he made a terrible, terrible mistake. And you've got the choice now. It's all in your court. He messed up. But that doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, well, you need to give up on him, that you shouldn't be here, that you shouldn't love him anymore. That's not what that means. If you're in a relationship for an entire lifetime, you are going to have to forgive one another. That is another reason why I don't get why cheating is just supposed to be the be all end all and you're just supposed to end the relationship over it, because there are going to be things that happen for the entire decades that you're together that you have to forgive one another for, back and forth. So, okay, yes, this is a big one, but it's not any different than having to forgive for anything else, because you're human beings and human beings mess up. Does that make sense? Don't give yourself a hard time about it. That is a huge thing. Make up in your mind that you want to heal from this, that you, yes, still love him. You do. And you are willing to forgive and you are willing to heal, and let that start from you. Don't worry about him and his part and getting him to tell truths and all of that. That is not your business right now. Your business is to take care of your own healing, to start to deal with the effects of the trauma on your brain and your body. And then once you've got that a little under control, then we can start to talk to him. Then we can start to have the interactions and deal with the relationship and rebuild and all that. But you have to take care of you first. Does that make sense to you, Jennifer? I don't want you trying to take care of him first. You can't fix him before you start to fix you. Okay? You've got to get on the healing path. If you have not got a copy of my guide, I got another free guide. It's up at the top of the group right now too. Um, it is the guide to the dreams formula. It says how to heal and reconcile after infidelity. Click on that. You can get that. And that is my 6 steps to actually healing, to actually working on it, to making up your mind, to recognizing that that's a scary thing to do, to understanding why he did this, to allowing yourself to heal, to dealing with the triggers that come from this, and seeking the support that you need to be able to heal from this. So if you have not gotten a copy of the dreams formula, how to heal and reconcile after infidelity, go to the top of the group and get it, or it's on my link in my bio in Instagram. Okay. All right. And does that answer for you, Jennifer? Let me know. Let me know if that answers what you wanted me to tell you. All right. Or if you want to get specific, go ahead and put it in the comments. I can get specific. All right. But I had something that I wanted to talk to you all about. I want to talk to you a little bit about my story. Little tea, if you please. All right. I want to tell you a little bit about why I do this particular work. All right. It was probably, oh goodness, I don't even know how long ago it's been now. Maybe about 7 years ago. I got laser focused on helping women who want to heal and reconcile after infidelity. Because I didn't go to school for this, okay? I didn't go to school to be a relationship coach. I went to school to be a nurse. I was a nurse for 25 years. I didn't wake up one day and say, let me help women get through the worst betrayal of their lives. That was not what I was intending. I am here because I lived it. It happened to me. I stayed. And I found out that staying doesn't have to mean you got to suffer for it forever. That is why I do this. I want you to know that bit of information more than anything else. Staying doesn't mean you have to continue to suffer. It can be done. You can heal. Some of you know my story. Some of you know parts of it, but my husband betrayed me like messy. It wasn't one time, it was multiple repeated times. It was terribly painful. And that last betrayal happened almost 18 years ago now. But at the time, I was just wrecked. I was just done for. I loved him. Okay. I knew that, but I hated that I loved him. I knew he was my person. And I felt that was so unfair that I had to love him and he had to be my person when he could do such a thing. I heard his voice before I ever actually met him, ever actually laid eyes on him. And I knew that. I knew the second I heard his voice, my world shifted on its axis about 90 degrees. I felt it in the moment. It woke me up. About a month before, my cousin had a wedding, and I caught the bouquet, and it was like the story was unfolding in front of me, and I was like, oh my god, I think he might be the one, but I hadn't even talked to him yet. So when all this happened, I knew I couldn't just walk away. I knew that wasn't going to happen. I thought this was my fairy tale, and there was no way in hell that I was just going to give it up. I just knew that from the very beginning. I didn't stop loving him. He was always incredible. Even at his absolute worst, he was still flipping incredible to me. So I didn't know how I could possibly stay and not like drown in all the pain, like in all the feelings. I didn't know how I was supposed to do that. And nobody was telling me that that could even be done. At the time, I would look up information, had the internet available, but every bit of information was like, oh, the relationship is over. He'll always cheat on you. There is no reason for you to even keep on trying with it. So every time I was looking for some help, I didn't get that support. I got judgment. I got, uh, you should not do this. I don't know why you're putting yourself on the line like this. You're being a doormat. That's what I got. And I was scared, yeah. And I was like so ashamed because everybody made me feel like I was supposed to be ashamed. Um, but I was also very stubborn. Right? I just knew what I wanted. And I kept thinking I didn't marry him to just give up when things get hard. I knew going in that I meant those vows. I meant what I said. Even if he broke his, even if he wasn't up to the challenge, I was up to the challenge. And I meant what I said. I meant better or worse. I meant sickness and health. I meant that. Um, Even when sickness showed up as betrayal, even when his illness caused a lot of the betrayal, even when worse felt like it was unimaginable and unbearable, I knew I meant it. And I remember thinking that maybe I just need a little bit of time. Maybe if I wait long enough, that this is going to stop hurting. That's what they think, right? Time heals all wounds. And that didn't happen because time does not heal the wound of betrayal. Okay? Proper wound care heals the wound of betrayal. That's what does it. It is not time. It is not leaving it open to the elements. It is not just leaving it. It is actually caring for that wound like it is a actual physical wound in your body. And I realized that I was doing a lot of the automatic actions of hurting. I was doing the hurting things. I was on the hurting path. I was checking his phone. I was asking the questions over and over again. Because if I ask the question and I ask it 18 different ways, maybe I can trip him up and I can get him to admit something. Um, I was I was cold to him and distant. And that's all just trying to protect myself in case he tried to hurt me again. But I wanted to be close to him. I didn't want to be distant. I didn't want to be far away from him. I didn't want to be cold to him. I wanted to be warm to him. He was my person. Um, and none of that was actually healing me. I was doing all the things. I was doing all the things that they tell you, but it wasn't healing me. And so I made my choice. I made my decision. Um, every time the pain was like, you should get away from him, I made the choice to get closer. All right. Every time the pain was like, build up this wall. I threw down the stones. I opened up my arms to it. Okay. Because I realized that doing it the other way wasn't working. It just wasn't. I acted like the healed version of myself, the version of myself that had gotten past it, the version of myself who was happy and loving and trusting. I tried everything that I could to be that person. Whatever I thought she would do, that's what I started to do. Even though it felt completely fake at first, because that's what happens with every change. It feels fake at first. Um, and forgiveness doesn't happen in like a moment. It's not like, oh, I forgive him and it's just over. Okay. It happens in like 1,000 tiny moments. It happens over and over again. And I told myself, I was like, okay, I forgive him. I have forgiven. I am forgiving. I would put it in all tenses. All right. First thing in the morning when I woke up, I would say that I forgave him. And then during the day, I would treat him like he was somebody I forgave. Like it was real, even when it didn't feel like it. Especially when I didn't feel like it, I had to do it. And that wasn't because I was just so weak. Um, I knew that the staying angry, the staying cold, staying distant, the checking, the questioning was not actually protecting me. My body and my brain said they were, but I just kept on hurting. So I realized that it was just slowly poisoning me. It was not giving me what I was seeking. So slowly, slowly, over time, with effort, I became somebody who wasn't angry anymore. You know, um, that pain in my chest, it was right here, tucked in under my left breast. It was right there. And I know where that pain was, still to this day, but I know that it's gone now. It is no longer there. It's not always stabbing me, always making me feel like I'm dying. It's not there anymore. That ache in my stomach, and I just felt sick whenever his name popped up or whenever I thought of it. All that's gone now. Now I trust him. Now I trust him. He's a damn good husband now. He's not perfect. I'm not perfect, but he is deeply kind to me and he is deeply in love with me and he shows me, you know, I don't I don't flinch when I talk about it. When I talk about the past, I can tell you this story, I can tell you almost everything that I remember about it, and it doesn't hurt me anymore. And that is the result of healing. That's the inspiration phase where you get to tell this story without it making you cry. You are going to be an inspiration to another woman one day, right? But right now, um, I'm telling you this tonight just because I know that some of you are where I was. I know that is the place that you are in right now. You are struggling, you are cold, you are distant, you are angry, and you don't know how to let go of it. You don't know how to get out of this pool of anger and pain that is trying to pull you under. Um, you love him, and you hate that you love him, but you love him, and you're tired of hurting, and you're terrified about giving up. And I want you to know that you're not crazy. You're not crazy. You are not weak either. For trying to do one of the strongest things that a human being can do, you are not weak and you are not broken. You are not broken for how you're feeling right now, for how your body and your brain are reacting to this, and you're not broken for wanting to stay with somebody you love either. There is nothing wrong with that. You are not broken. You just need that path forward. You just need to know the way. All right. And that's why I help women. That's why I do this. That is the reason why I'm here every Thursday to talk to you about this is I want you to know that I know the path forward and I walked it and I lived it and I know for certain that it can work. I don't think you're wrong. I think you're right. I just want to show you how to do it and prove that you're right. Okay. So if you are in that place right now, if you're listening to the sound of my voice and you're like, that's my story, that's exactly what happened to me. I know that your brain is exhausted, even if your heart's still hopeful. And I want you to reach out to me. All right. I want you to join the Love After Cheating group if you have not. You're watching me on YouTube. I want you to go subscribe on YouTube. I want you to follow me on Instagram. I want you to message me. Talk to me. Ask anybody in here. I will talk to you any old time. Just message me. I will talk to you about whatever situation is happening in the moment. Um, Ask me about my programs. Ask me about tech support. Ask me about my No Other Woman one-to-one coaching. Ask me about my After Infidelity Mastermind group coaching. I have options. I have the path, and I want to share it with you. You don't have to stay stuck anymore. You just have to start healing. That's it. That's all you have to do. You have to start the healing. And the simplest, easiest way that you can do that right this minute is to reach out to me. All right. Message me. I am here for you. Okay. As a matter of fact, I got some time cleared on my schedule. I'm going to put my link to an enchanted reconciliation call right underneath this video. That is what I'm going to do. All right. I've got some time on my calendar. Go ahead and click the link underneath the video. You can, if you are within the sound of my voice, go to my video or go to the link in my bio. Click on the link for the Enchanted Reconciliation call. You can get on a call with me for 45 minutes. You can tell me all about what is happening, everything that is going on, and I can give you a plan to move forward right now. Right this second, start to heal, start to feel better, start to live the life that you actually wanted to live with this person. Okay? All right, so you tell me, what do you think? Let me know. If you want more tea, if you want me to get all deep into what actually happened, I can. I try not to keep on going into all the terrible because I want you all to focus away from the terrible. I want you to focus on what you can do right now to start to feel better. I don't want you to get stuck in right now, everything is terrible. I don't want you to do that. I want you to get stuck in, oh, look how much I've healed. Look how much I've grown. Look how much this has changed me. Oh, this was the wrong link. This was the link for the live. There it is. All right. This is the link for my Enchanted Reconciliation call. Go ahead and click that link. Pick a date and time, and we will chat. All right. We will talk about it. And then you can talk to me and see if you want me to be your coach. If you want me to be the person to walk you through this, to get you to the other side, to get you out of the deep, dark woods, go ahead and message me or click on that link to get on a call with me. All right. All righty. Are there any questions, comments, thoughts, complaints, anything going on? Let me know. Put it up here. If you were like, oh, I need an answer to this question right now, I am here for you. Come to find out, like now I don't have enough followers on Instagram to go live on Instagram anymore. So will you all please go over to Instagram and follow me, please, so that I can get back on the live on that side too. I'm still on YouTube, my Love Coach Dasha YouTube channel, and I am still on the Facebook group, the Love After Cheating Facebook group. I definitely want you to join the group if you haven't joined the group. But go on over to Instagram and follow me so I can get a few more followers so I can go live again. All right. All right. Let's see. Anything? Any questions? Let me know in the comments. All right. All right. So the last of the practices, we went through 4 of them, right? We went through doing your deep breathing, doing your journaling, being grateful, and not asking all those questions, right? That's 4 of the 5 practices. The 5th of the practice is all about you being the goddess that you are. It is to do your affirmations. Have you been doing your affirmations? If you have not, and you need some, all right, first of all, I have the Healthy Habit Tracker. You can get that from me every day. A Healthy Habit Builder, I'm sorry. Healthy Habit Builder. You can get a email from me every single solitary day with an email of your affirmation for the day and your journal prompt for the day and a message from me to encourage you along the healing path. So if you are interested in that, go ahead and put a purple heart in the comments if you are interested in the Healthy Habit Builder, getting that directly to your inbox every single day for 60 days to give you some guidance about what you need to be doing, the things that you need to be thinking, the principles that you need to be adding into your life as you're going along. These are the same things that you would learn from me in my After Infidelity Mastermind. If you work with me on one-to-one coaching, these are the same things that you would be learning, just broken up into bite-sized little pieces, something you can do every single day to have some support, have some backing every day. Okay. And that is $44 is my age. All right. All right. So the last thing is doing the affirmations. And if you don't have them, you can get them from me, but you can also get a deck of affirmation cards. This is a deck of affirmation cards I got from Five Below. You can get them off Etsy. You can get them on Amazon. They're everywhere. You can feel free to do that. This deck cost me $5, I think. All right. So I'm going to give you an affirmation of the day. And what I want you to do for your affirmation is I want you to look yourself in the eye. I want you to appreciate your face for a minute. Okay. I want you to look yourself in the eye and say something positive about yourself. I am going to say, oh, my lovely high cheekbones. Oh, my pretty full lips. Look at these pretty brown eyes of mine. Okay. I'm going to say something positive about myself. Notice yourself. Pay attention to you. Even if you don't particularly like your looks, there is something about your face that you could like. All right. Just say it out loud. Give yourself that credit before you even do your affirmation, okay? Then I want you to look yourself in the eye. And if you need to do it in a flirty way, feel free. You know, if you want to lean in and talk to yourself like you're trying to flirt with yourself, feel free to do that. But whatever way you go about it, say it with absolute conviction. Say that affirmation like you believe it with all your heart. This is true. This is truth. Because your brain doesn't know the difference between make believe and truth. It does not know. It has absolutely no idea. So you can tell your brain whatever you like to tell it, and that's what your reality will be. That's what it will believe. That's what it will go about doing for the rest of your life if you consistently tell it a certain message. Okay? So if you say that you have the authority to tell yourself that you are great, guess what? You got the authority. It's beautiful. Okay? So look yourself in the eye, say it like you mean it. And if you can't do it for yourself, say it like you're saying it like to your best friend. You want her to understand how wonderful she is. Okay? If it makes you feel better. All right. So the affirmation for the day is today. I am brilliant. Ooh, I love that. I love that word. I love the implication of brilliant as far as like radiance, as far as like diamonds. I love that word to describe us. So today, I am brilliant. Today, every idea I have is creative, thoughtful, and full of potential. They are, right? Every thought you have is every idea you're having. It could be a creative outlet, could be something so thoughtful and so impactful if you just let yourself go ahead and be brilliant. All right. So tell yourself day in and day out until we meet again, today I am brilliant. And say it like you mean it. All right. All right. I think that's about it. Got anybody else got any questions, comments, thoughts, complaints, anything going on? Just real quick, you can sign up to get an enchanted reconciliation call with me, absolutely free 45-minute call with a coach who can teach you how to stop the pain and heal after infidelity. You can get on that call with me. Go ahead and click the link in my bio or the link below this video. And you can get a free copy of the Dreams Formula. Go to the top of the group page or go to the link in my bio to get a copy of the Dreams Formula, How to Heal and Reconcile After Infidelity. It is the actual steps to take to do it. It is the steps to take to actually heal from it. It is the healing path. Um, if you need it, I have a trigger tracker as well. You can get the trigger tracker, write down what your triggers are, what happened before them, what you actually needed from them, and a plan for the next time that trigger happens so that you have a plot for what happens every time you have a particular kind of trigger. You can use this over and over again for every kind of trigger that you have and be able to plan out exactly what you will do. Instead of just being triggered and starting a fight, you can actually plan out something positive, something healing to do. If you use my trigger tracker, go ahead and say trigger if you are interested in that. And a purple heart if you just want to talk to me. If you just want to send me a message, you just want to have a little quick text conversation, ask me a quick question, you absolutely can do that. Go ahead and message me, okay? All right. I think that's it. I think that's all I got for you today. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for the Healing Hour Live. I absolutely love to have you here. I love to answer all your questions. I know this is an incredibly difficult thing to do because I've done it. So I am so proud of you for doing this incredibly difficult thing, for being on the side of unconditional love. We need more people in the world like that. We need more people in the world like you, all right, who are unafraid and loving at the same time. That's an unstoppable combination, okay? We need more of you, so I love you, and I am so proud of you today. Meet me back here, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Healing Hour Live next Thursday. The kids are getting ready to go back to school, so you got to get ready for that. Get the support that you need before you add on to your calendar, okay? Before the schedule gets too busy, message me and get up with me so that you can start to bring this anxiety down, bring this trauma down before the kids go back, all right? All righty, y'all. That's about it. Thank you for joining me for the Healing Hour Live, and I will see you again next time. Bye.